Hi there, I would like to talk to you about the symphony orchestra industry. It is a historic art, but it faces an ever decreasing demand in modern times, especially during economic downturns, like that of the Great Recession a couple years ago. In fact, during the Great Recession, orchestras around the country were operating at huge losses, which raises the question, are expenditures like this really necessary during economic downturns? Wouldn't it be easier to maybe shut down production of orchestras in the short run? Let's first consider this question from three stakeholders' perspectives. So if this is the symphony orchestra labor market, if they decided to stop orchestra production in the short run, the demand for labor is going to shift way to the left here, which will leave millions of orchestra workers unemployed. So from an orchestra worker's perspective, stopping production in the short run is not the way to go. Okay, so now let's consider the utility of the average symphony orchestra loving consumer. Let's say originally their income is here, and here's their original utility curve. They're consuming 10 units of orchestra concerts and about 10,000 units of all other goods. However, when the Great Recession hits, their income probably would have shrunk. So now their income is here, and here is their new utility curve when they're consuming 4 units of orchestra concerts and about 8,000 units of all other goods. However, even with their reduced income, they're still consuming orchestra concerts. So if a symphony orchestra were to stop production in the short run, the consumer would not be maximizing their utility. Therefore, from a consumer's perspective, stopping orchestra production in the short run is also not the way to go. Okay, so now let's consider this from the donor's perspective. 43% of orchestral income comes from donations. So my question is, during the Great Recession, when orchestras were so clearly operating at a loss, why would donors keep on giving them money? My view on it is that donors see an artistic value to orchestral music. That is, if the orchestras were to stop production in the short run, there is an opportunity cost that is far greater than any losses the orchestra might be incurring. Therefore, from the donor's perspective, stopping orchestra production in the short run is also not the way to go. The problem with considering this from three stakeholders' perspectives is that microeconomic theory tells us we should not do that and we should only look at costs and income of the symphony orchestras. So, let's do that now. Microeconomic principles tell us that in the short run, orchestras should only stop production if they cannot cover their variable costs with their income. But as we can see from this graph, even in the years from 2008 to 2010, when orchestras were incurring huge losses, they were still covering their variable costs, barely, but still. Thus, the stakeholders' perspectives and microeconomic principles align in this case for the artistic enrichment of society.